Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back again. This is Mr. Smith with another Unplugged Wisdom video. And this is going to be a short one. Look at the female on your screen there, right? She was on Yahoo, front page of Yahoo News the other day, not a couple days ago. And this is supposed to be a 50-year-old woman. And I forgot her name. I clipped it off. She's an ex-model, actress, something like that. But that's supposed to be 50 years old. And they say, oh, she looks great in her bikini. There is no 50-year-old woman that looks like that, everybody. I mean, please. I know for those of us that are older, you know this already. You know this is totally fake, right? Remember, the media is under no legal obligation to tell you the truth. Keep that in mind. And this is so damaging to young women who see this and they believe that they can go out, have fun, right? Fool around all throughout their 20s and into their 30s, and then through the magic of plastic surgery, and modern technology, they're going to look like this at 50, and they're going to still have men whistle at them and find them attractive. Okay, wrong. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Never, 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 never. Who knows what this woman really looks like? Okay, she could have a plastic face shield, on her face. Oh my goodness, this is so fake. And even if she does look like this, again, it's fake. I mean, she's like a robot. And who knows what they're doing, right? What the powers that be are doing, what the entertainment industry is doing, right? With these models and stuff, they could be robots. Right, they have the technology. Right, they had the technology in the 50s to start making robots, what they call androids. Right, and the powers that be have always had technology before they debut it to the public, and that includes. I mean, who knows? But they have. This. If you see the article, I think she's supposed to be around 50. That's insane. But this is so damaging to young women who are very impressionable, and they think that they're going to look like this at 50, and it's never going to happen, right? As they say in the red pill arenas on YouTube, the wall is undefeated. Young ladies, please, it's true. You don't want to wait much past 30, if even above 30, to get married. And have children, or have a husband, at least somebody that is going to stay with you as you get older and love you. Okay? Don't wait. Don't wait and think the party's going to continue into your 50s. You're going to end up like those women that, what's the meme? Welcome to your life of wine, antidepressant medication, and cats. You're going to end up like them. Lonely, no man's going to want you. I mean, and this has been going on for a while. I had a little story here. I had a neighbor who turned out she was 70 years old. She was, at the time, 30 years older than me? I think I was about 40 at the time. And she did look good for 70. I mean, I'll give her props for that. But, I find that she was dyeing her hair. Okay, I saw, some of the gray, later on. But she didn't have a car. She was alone. She was in financial trouble. And I was giving her rides places, to help her out as being a good guy, a good Samaritan. Well, she was so out of reality. She started thinking that we were dating. And she thought we were a couple. She started talking to me like we were a couple, and I'm like, and it got to the point where I started to get very, very irritated with her. Because it was so insane. that she would even think that. I mean, I wasn't even thinking that. I wouldn't even think that she would even think that. So, in the beginning I was comfortable. Yeah, I'll give you a ride here, give you a ride there, sure. And I helped her out. But then, thank the Almighty that she ended up moving back in with family on the East Coast. She moved all the way from LA back to the East Coast, and because she needed to be taken care of. She was 70, but she was alone. So, you can say what you want about Kevin Samuels, but, he is trying to right the ship out there. Okay, as far as getting women to see that, don't fall for this Disney programming, right? Turn off your TV. Stop watching this stuff. Forget all of this. I recommend don't even watch movies or TV. Just, stick to the reality that you see. Talk to your parents, especially the young ladies out there. Talk to your parents about helping you find a husband. All right? Because and somebody might say, well, why is the entertainment industry so wicked? Why do they lie to us about this stuff? Well, have you ever met, there's one reason is, have you ever met somebody that gets a charge out of lying to people and seeing their and believing them? I had a friend, and it was relatively harmless, but he used to lie and tell stories, about this wild accident he had, and we would believe him. And then he would laugh, and then after a while he'd laugh, and he would be like, he enjoyed it so much. Okay? Somebody called it duper's delight. All right? They just love it. People are sick like that. Some people never grow out of that. Number two, the people that run this world, they have a religion, and they want the control, and by making people dysfunctional and not having strong families allows them to control you, right? Look at my video on does American slavery still affect us today, and how in that video I go over how the slave owners were taught to keep the slave families dysfunctional. That way the people would rely on the slave owners for goods, services, and education. Okay, so they're still up to the same tactics. These same people are still up to the same tactics, and they don't care about you. Okay, they want you dysfunctional. Then it's about control. Right? All right, so let's take a look at this next picture here. Give me a minute here. All right. Here we have good old Madonna. For those of you guys that are younger folks, you might know her songs, but she was like the Beyonce of the 80s. Okay? And, before I go into this, she had some good songs, man. I had that Immaculate Collection CD that was basically her greatest hits compilation from the 80s into the early 90s. And there were some great songs on there. But look at this here. Here's another lie they tell you. Again, no wonder my neighbor thought she could have a younger man. Look at this. Madonna, 62, kisses boyfriend, 27. All right. God knows what situation that is, right? But young women are starting to believe that, when they get older, they can have this. If they're just successful financially or whatever, right? So, and of course, women today are told to be masculine, right? An older person with a younger person is a masculine trait, okay? This is a lie, please. No man, no 27-year-old is going to want to be your boyfriend. If you're 62 years old, not even close. No 50-year-old is going to want to be your boyfriend at 62. Okay? Now, even if you have tons of money like Madonna, and you get a sugar baby boyfriend, he's not gonna love you. He's just gonna use you for your money. And just I know a lot of you guys know this, but and here's the other thing. Somebody told me like in the early '90s, and I'll never forget this, but he said, "Oh, Madonna, that's not a real woman." And I wasn't sure what he meant. I just thought he meant that she wasn't like ladylike, because she had a reputation for fooling around with a lot of men. But but I've heard that maybe she was a male to female transgender, and if she is, hey, that's her thing. But it would make sense if that's the case, right? That she would have masculine energy, right? This is a very masculine thing to do, to have a younger boyfriend like this, But they're trying to get, women to. So whether she's a male to female or she's a biological woman, it's very possible that she's a male to female, and they just never told you. I have an article, and I want to bring it out one of these days, that says, quote, and this was an article from a couple years ago, that said, so-and-so is the first open transgender in this, I believe it was a beauty pageant. So what are they telling you there? That this is the first open transgender. That means there were transgenders in these beauty pageants before. They just weren't open about it. Now, again, nothing new under the sun. They've had transgender technology for many, many years. When I was in Thailand over 20 years ago, there were male to female transgenders. They call them ladyboys. They were all over the place, and they look like normal women. I'm not hating on anybody here, but again, this entertainment industry thing and the stuff they put out in the news, please don't just ignore it. They're lying to you. You're not going to be 62 years old and have a 27-year-old boyfriend, especially if you are a woman that's born a woman biologically. It's not going to happen. Okay? Now, it's just not going to happen. And ladies, do you really want that? You're women. You should want a man that's older, and it doesn't have to be 30 years older, of course, but somebody that's stable, that can provide you with a home, and you guys can work together to start a family. So I don't think you really want this, but in the Bible, it talks about how the powers that be will attempt to change kind. And what's the other comment? Turn everything around, right? Meaning change men into women, women into men. And if anybody wants to know that exact scripture, I can find it. There's a lot of wisdom in the Bible. It's too bad people aren't looking at it that much. But please, I just had to put this in here. Take it from somebody that's had some experience and been around. I'm an older person. I'm not the oldest person around, but been around. Stop paying attention to this Hollywood entertainment industry, Yahoo main page media thing, right? They have no obligation to tell you the truth. And who knows, and again, they're really trying to make you dysfunctional. All right, this is Mr. Smith, your humble servant. I hope you got something good out of this. Please like and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this more and more, and there's got to be something in there you like. You might not like everything, but I try. So we'll see you next time.